So we thought, well, we'll extend the Model S platform into the Model X.
The electric car industry is one that many people are talking about right now for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is because Tesla, a company run by billionaire Elon Musk, is growing in its ability to make and ship out these cars. And at present, the demand for these cars outweigh the supply, for now at least. But despite Tesla to make electric vehicles affordable for all, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. The need for electric cars. To understand his plan, we must first look at the intent of said plan. Right now, the world is heading towards an electric car age, one that will help the world as a whole. Tesla, which was made back in 2003 and has been working hard for 17 years in order to get to where they are right now. Mainly a place where people not just want to drive electric cars, but other car companies realize that there are true benefits to having electric cars on the road. Electric cars aren't just better overall, they can help the environment as gas-powered cars pollute, and with millions upon millions of cars on the road, that is a lot of pollution. But Elon Musk got into Tesla via investing, and eventually became CEO of the company by seeing the potential for dependable and affordable electric cars, how they can help change the game in the best way possible. And his plan is working, as people are buying these cars left and right, a far cry from where we were just a few decades back. Advancing the electric car. There are some who might think that electric cars are a recent thing, something that people suddenly came up with and are a new thing in our world. But that is not true in the slightest. In fact, electric cars were almost made at the same time as gas-powered cars, and for a short while they were more reliable and dependable than the gas guzzlers. However, all of that changed as the production of gas-powered cars became cheaper and more reliable, while electric cars didn't really boom in the same way. In fact, due to technology limitations, the battery-powered cars were not able to compete with the range of the gas cars and had to be constantly charged up, which was a hard thing to do back then. That is when the desire for electric cars fell, because the world had a good thing and didn't think it needed anything else. As time went on and tech grew, new electric cars came, but the problems were still there. Not enough range, not enough power, and a price that made it impractical against the gas-powered cars, which could be bought for a fraction of the price. But with Tesla, that has changed. Building a better electric car. Tesla may not have been founded by Elon Musk, but their goals were the same as his. They wanted to go and make electric cars that were efficient, affordable, and could change the world. When Elon Musk came in sometime after Tesla was made, he brought his engineering mindset to the table and worked on how to make the cars work and work well. The key issue here was the battery. Other materials were vital, obviously, but when it comes to batteries, that is where the electric car had to get its power from, and that is what's needed to be charged constantly. Elon Musk and his team went about making a battery that would better suit their needs and power all of their electric cars, testing out various materials, seeing how they would work on the road within the cars, and so on and so forth. It was not an easy process to be sure, but they got it. They made a battery that could hold a charge for hundreds of miles without breaking a sweat. Then they focused on the car itself, and a common theme within Tesla is the desire to go and improve upon the models that they have to make them better. Whether that be refining a design feature, removing some weight of the car, whatever it takes. And this in turn goes towards lowering the price of the car. Building an even cheaper electric car. When it comes to pricing the electric car, there are very obvious factors that go into it, including profit margin and the materials used. But what might surprise some of you is that the cost of the car is heavily focused on the battery itself. Due to the materials that compromise the battery, it can be expensive to make cars powered by them, especially in vehicles that have 2 to 3 of these batteries to ensure speed, stability, power, and so on. But Elon Musk truly does want to go and make things affordable, and thus he is always looking at ways to refine the battery making process to make it cheaper. And he feels that there is a way to do it. So much so that he has pledged that within 3 years, as of 2020 when he made this announcement, they would have a $25,000 electric car to sell. According to him, vehicles with lithium-ion batteries, also used in cell phones, are expected to give way over the next few years to cars and trucks that were made with lithium iron phosphate and other chemistries. This will cut costs, extend vehicle ranges to 400 miles or more between charges, and enable batteries to last as long as 1 million miles. Which is 5 to 10 times longer than what most standard gas-powered cars could ever hope to get with their engines at times. The science of the new batteries. There is a lot going into the process of making these new batteries. The key thing here is the science and chemistry of making them and making them work, because to someone on the outside, it may be as easy as thinking, oh, they just swap in one chemical for another. But it is rarely ever that simple, especially when it comes to batteries. Shirley Meng, a materials scientist and professor at the University of California, San Diego, who directs the school's Sustainable Power and Energy Center, said efforts to reduce the use of cobalt in batteries have been ongoing for a few decades already, and Tesla has made significant strides in doing just that. But Meng said one of the major advantages of building batteries with cobalt is how easily it allows complex chemical structures to be engineered. If I have to train a high school student to make a battery, cobalt makes it easy. It always works. Without cobalt, the synthesis process gets much more sophisticated, she said. Lithium iron phosphate, meanwhile, has never proved to be efficient in the space constraints of an electric car. It was originally designed for the grid storage market due to its energy density profile, but its chemistry is suited to fast charging and cost efficiency because it does not rely on cobalt. So you can see why Elon Musk is so gung-ho on making the new batteries out of lithium iron phosphate, because doing so will not just bring in a big boom in new batteries, but could potentially solve problems beyond electric cars. There are many who would love to have batteries like this, including ones who would love to run buildings and whole companies off of batteries like this. But for now at least, he's focused on getting it put into his cars. Why affordable electric cars matter. We have talked a lot about Elon Musk's plan to make more affordable electric cars, but on the grand scale, why does that matter? Simple, it leads us to the goal of Tesla as a whole, to make a world that has only electric cars. It's true that many people do have a Tesla, and that demand is high for them, but many of these people are ones who can afford a $40,000 plus vehicle or more. There are people all over the world that cannot come close to affording that right now. But by making it even $25,000 or lower if possible, it opens the gates for more people to come in and get the car. The more people get the Tesla cars or other electric cars, that's one less gas-powered one on the road. That means less pollution and a better world overall. The cheaper these cars can be, the quicker that happens. Heading for the endgame. The endgame has been laid out, but how close are we to that? Well, that honestly depends on Elon Musk and his engineers. They're working hard on it to make it happen, but even they are limited in what they can do over a set period of time. So all we can do is wait and hope that when the time comes, they'll be able to make these necessary changes so that Tesla cars will be cheaper and more people can get them. That way the world can change in a good way. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at the plan of Elon Musk to go and reduce the cost of his cars so that they're affordable for all? Do you think he'll actually be able to pull it off? Do you think that he's maybe one jump in technology away from making it happen? Or do you think there's a floor that he won't be able to go below? Let us know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.